Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And welcome to this morning webinar. How is everyone doing today? Hello to everyone who just joined from YouTube and to those who are here through Zoom. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And welcome to this morning webinar. How is everyone doing today? Excuse. Okay. So everyone can hear me clearly. That's fine. Always happy to see you. Always happy to talk to you guys as well. So let's start. Just to again mention that this webinar is for educational and information purposes only, and we do market analysis here. Now, just make sure, guys, you subscribe to the Telegram channel. As I always say, it's really important because we post wherever we're going live, and also we post major updates. So, and I don't want you guys to miss any of these important notifications. Also, for those who hasn't subscribed to Admirals Global yet on the YouTube channel, please make sure you give us a thumbs up on the videos and subscribe to receive all the notifications. And just to mention, for those who are watching through Zoom, at the end we have a survey. You can express your opinion if you want to see something else in market analysis and you don't want to tell me here on the chat. Please feel free to say whatever you want to say, and any recommendations as well are very welcome. So let's share the screen here. Okay, so let's start with some major events of the day. Earlier, we had the consumer confidence from the UK. Numbers, they are just going lower and lower and lower. In Japan, they were expecting a bit better inflation rate, but however, it's still above 2%. And as we see, Japan, it's one of the countries that their economy is in general better than most of the rest of the world. That's for another time. I can give you a full analysis on that subject if you're interested, but we don't have too much time to go through all of this today. Retail sales also are not the best for UK. However, they have slightly better in the number, but they are still going lower and lower. I think since the year now, it's been minus 5 point something%. So it's not the best for the UK. And guys, then we're going to go to the premium analytic portal for those who have access. If you don't have access to that one, you can see few market updates from this tab here. I always like the premium analytics because we have this morning briefing and we can just scroll down and get the most important updates in the market in just today's top headlines. Guys, just to double check, can everyone see my screen here? Just to make sure, because I'm not going to ask you all the time if you can see the screen, just to make sure, not after 5 minutes to tell me, Theo, we didn't see anything. Can you just type a quick yes if you can see where I'm pointing today's top headlines? Please type a quick yes just to make sure. Yes, yes. Okay, great. I have a question here from YouTube Theo, can you please tell me how can I find the Admirals index of dollar? Thank you. Yes, definitely. When we go to the chart, Sherry, I will let you know. So Japan Consumer Price Index rises above Bank of Japan's 2% target for third straight month. So we expect to see still uptrends developing on every pair against the Japanese yen. So USD against Japanese yen, we expect to see uptrends. We expect to see uptrends on euro against the Japanese yen, on the Australian dollar against the Japanese yen, because it's a bit sensitive to this CPI news economies right now in general because of the global worldwide situation. Then we have Spain, Portugal push back on EU plan to trim gas use. Another headline is that Turkey official says deal reached with Russia, Ukraine on gain exports. So we will see how it's going to affect the prices in a while. California holds firm against truck protests at Port of Oakland. We have here is the big announcement of the day, let's say. Until now, UK consumer confidence remain at record low in July. Obviously, it's something that the UK economy doesn't like it, of course, and it's not good to see that the economy is there just going down. In the stock market, we have the Snap Inc. post weakest ever sale, sending shares tumbling after hours. So here it's a hot news for today, guys, from the shares, the Snap Inc. Staff at HSBC's China Securities Arm set up communist unit. Russian titanium maker, it's pulled off sanctions list, and this company is based in France. They have the headquarters. They employ large workforce across Europe. So this announcement, this decision will affect some house lots. Always, unfortunately, when these events they negatively affect the people, the humanity. So, but what can we do? Let's see any questions here. Okay, guys, let's go straight to the charts. Let's start from the euro. Here, someone, Sherry, you asked how can we find the index of dollar. You just go to your market watch here, you press this button, and if you don't have it, the USDX, you can just click here to add and type USDX. I'll type it on the chart, USDX, so you can find it from the watch list. So euro against the USD. We have this downtrend in force. For those guys you like trading patterns or you train trading patterns, we have a head and shoulder here. We have the left shoulder, we have the head, we have the right shoulder, and then we have this neckline slope to the upside, which is good for the head and shoulder pattern development. Head and shoulder. I do have a pending limit order to sell at this area here because I believe the market can retrace around this area based on this pattern, and I will move the take profit all the way down to reach the last swing. So if this trade it's going to play, of course it can play out maybe in a week or a couple of weeks, but it's still a valid pattern to keep an eye on. Let's go to the pound against the USD. This is the 4-hour chart. You can see on the 4-hour chart, we are around this range. The market tried to make higher highs, although that retest here, it's not a significant area, so we didn't see major sell-off after the market visited this area of resistance. If we go down to the daily chart, though, we will see that the market is still in a clear downtrend. Yeah, you can see we have our trend lines. You can see we have this support here. And the market is just making lower lows. So we have to, as we say many times, and as we always say, we have to respect the major trend, and then we start looking for minor trends. So far, the major trend is showing us that it's moving to the downside, and there is no enough evidence for us to start looking for buys at this time. If we're going to make successive higher highs from this area here, so if the market break above here, then a retest will be very welcome and to start initiate long positions. Hello, Laura. So late today. Good morning, everyone. That's fine. This is recorded, so you will have the opportunity to watch it a bit later. So it's all good. USD against the Canadian dollar. We had this kind of higher highs here. However, the market didn't appreciate this move because we had only one close, and we know in technical analysis we need at least 2 closes above resistance for considering it as a valid break. We didn't have it, so the market is just moving around here. We will see what it will happen. USD yen, we mentioned on the 12th, 1 week ago, that was a nice trade to take after the market make this higher high. We had this retest here. Let me show you. We had this retest here at this area with this pin bar. It was a tradable pin bar as well. However, the market, you can see that it started making lower highs at some point, then it tries to break above this area here, and it's just indecisive if it wants to move up or down. But again, we had this big impulse move and very sharp, so the market will take some time to consolidate this move. But to consolidate the move, which it was for 3-4 days, it should take just half day or 1 day to consolidate it. Not, it's been so many days now when the market is trying to make its way. That shows weakness in this pair. So for now, we are waiting for a valid setup on the daily chart, because on the 4-hour chart, we don't have any price action indicates that we can start looking for longs. The market made a lower low here, so we have to be patient. Maybe if the price moves a little bit back around this area of support, and also maybe reject the 21 moving average. We see last time the market rejected the 21 moving average. It was a trade that gave good outcome. So maybe the market will respect for a second time the moving average. We will see. But it's good that we have this area of support here, so we can look for longs around that area. New Zealand US dollar, I'm not surprising, as all the US dollar pairs, they are just somewhere in the middle of no man's land. We had that downtrend here as you we had this downtrend here, as you can see. Now it's broken. If we can draw this long-term downtrend as well, because we can touch 2 points, the market make lower highs, lower lows. So now we broke above this one as well, so I don't consider them as valid anymore, and I delete them. We will see if the market on the 4-hour chart, it's going to keep its structure, then we can start look for long plays and we can target. But guys, if you're going to start look for long plays here, just be mindful that here we have a strong area of resistance. So just respect the areas of support and resistance on the higher time frames, because many orders are sitting here, and maybe here there are many sell orders. So if you are long here, maybe the market, it's going to just take away so much of your profit if you are in profit at this stage. That's why it's important, and I want you to understand support and resistance concept. WTI, if we go on the weekly chart, we can see that the market was unable to make a higher high. The market make a kind of lower low. It didn't close lower. I really wanted to see this market to close lower, because from a technical perspective, the next area of support was this low point here, and we could see some cheaper price in the fuel as well, and that will be awesome for, I assume, every one of us. But here we see that the market is just trying to make its way, maybe find some support around this area. If not, and if it's going to break below, maybe not today, if next week going to break, we can easily see the market coming down to the $66. It's 66, yeah, $66 there. So on the daily, we have these lower highs and lower lows. We are still in a downtrend. I don't consider buying this. Now I'm just looking for lower highs, lower lows on the 4-hour chart to just trade to the downside. This is what we call textbooks trading. It's weekly is in a downtrend, daily is in a downtrend. So just go on the 4-hour and just capitalize on this move. Gold, still in a downtrend. That's the weekly. The daily, it's still in a downtrend. However, this bullish engulfing bar printed yesterday, it shows that the sellers, they are not in control anymore, at least for now. If we go to the 4-hour chart, we're going to see most likely the first higher high. So I will be ready to trade it to the long side. If the market is going to retest any entries, I will just take it to the long side. It's against the prevailing trend. However, it's very extensive. We had the buyers here, they were unable to push the price higher, but the sellers, they didn't make any significant move to the downside. What does it mean? It means that the sellers, they are not very keen to push this market lower. And for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, we were consolidating in a small range. And then we see this strong bullish engulfing candle, which indicates buying pressure in the market. And I will definitely want to see this market comes and retest around these levels. But because on the daily, it's not enough room to move, maybe on the 4-hour chart or even on the 1-hour chart, we can find these cycles of lower highs, higher highs and higher lows. So we can trade the cycles. We buy the dip and we get out on the extensions. We have some questions here. Swiss yen, please. Okay, Laura, we will see Swiss yen. Sherry, weakness because of weak US or strong yen? Most likely because of, no, it's the other way around actually, Sherry. It shows weakness because, hold on. Sherry is asking about the US dollar yen. Weakness because of weak US or strong yen. Now we see that the market is in an uptrend, and it's in an uptrend because yes, the US dollar is stronger and the yen is weak, not the other way around. But if you are trading for 5-minute traders, they consider that this is a valid price action and they are looking maybe for short, which is very against the prevailing trend. But so this market is moving up. It's the US dollar against the Japanese yen, and it's moving up most likely because the US dollar shows strength and the Japanese yen shows weakness currently. Yeah, we're going to see the euro yen as well and the Aussie CAD. Okay. Let's just have a quick look on the Bitcoin and the DAX, and we will see the rest. Bitcoin here is the sellers didn't come aggressive at this point, and anyhow we pointed that this is the level of importance in this chart. Okay, so the sellers, they didn't come aggressive for the last 2 days. We see the bodies of the candle, they were very small. We made the higher high, so we can consider as the development of the uptrend. So we can go to the 4-hour chart and start looking for buys in this market. That's very simple, the Bitcoin. Now, the DAX 40, we are still in a downtrend. On the weekly, we stop making lower lows. So the market is getting into a range position, but we can still buy the bottoms on support. We had this double bottom here. The 4-hour chart, it started making higher highs and higher lows. We talked about this entry here. If you are watching my webinars or the recordings of these morning sessions, you should be able to identify this bullish engulfing. First, we had the higher highs. So uptrend, first one tick, second one, we see a strong impulse and a short pullback. So second parameter is tick. And then we see the market comes to an area of value, which is a support area. So third parameter tick. And then the fourth one, we need a strong price action, which is the bullish engulfing for 1 tick. So you have 4 out of 4 tick from your checklist, and you make a very decent reward to risk. So let's have a look. Euro yen, first Swiss yen, Euro yen, and Aussie CAD. Swiss yen, where are you, Swiss yen? Swiss yen, daily chart. We are moving to the upside here. Weekly chart, it's in an uptrend. However, guys, you have to, if you are in this trade, please be aware that at this level here, it's a strong resistance. Okay, so be mindful. This move, it's very steep and nothing goes up forever. The markets, they also retreat. So this is an uptrend. The daily, it's an uptrend. We have this higher high. A good area to buy, it was somewhere here where the market, didn't come, but it shows some rejection here and consolidation, which it means that the selling pressure stopped. We had this bullish candle on the 4-hour chart. It was this, let's say, double bottom up, this double bottom here. The market make a higher high. That was a bullish engulfing, and that were your trade. So it's still bullish implications. Now we make this higher high here. We made this higher high. However, the market immediately snapped back. So we can see some consolidation around this area. And I believe the market is going to keep moving to the upside. because that's the predominant direction. Euro JPY, on the weekly chart, we are in an uptrend. We see the market makes higher high. Very, very respected the 21 moving average at 3 times. So that's a good sign. If we go on the daily chart, the market is making lower lows. So we are in the effort now either to make a higher high or to see this bearish engulfing combination with a pin bar. It's both. It's bearish engulfing because it engulfs the previous bar, and it's a pin bar because it false break the higher prices. And unfortunately, this market is very unclear. On the one time frame, the higher time frame, we see that this is an uptrend. On the daily chart, we see this pattern of lower highs and lower lows, which it indicates short-term downtrend. So it's a bit confusing, this market for me right now. Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. We had some good trades around this area here, as we said multiple times, which it was our trending environment, lower lows and lower highs from here. The market retested here. We had a very good opportunities here until this level to take the profits. Then the market is just pulled back all the way around this area. It looks like it's breaking above. If it's going to hold above, we can see the Australian dollar come all the way up here. So it can give us good opportunities, especially at the early beginning on the 4-hour chart. Maybe we can start looking. I will definitely start looking for buys into this market. For me, it's a good market, the Aussie CAT. Is it late for DAX now to enter on long? DAX now, where are you, DAX? Is it late to enter long? Look, I wouldn't say it's late or not to enter long. We can see that the sellers, they tried to sell and the buyers immediately, they stepped in. So we have to watch the lower time frames for good entries, because the most important is not to find the entry. It's also to have room to make the profits, because we find the entries all the time, but we don't know the exits. We have to have a target, because our purpose as trader is to trade and make money, because that's the desired outcome. Yeah, so we need to have targets as well. Paddle is asking, hi, wouldn't you say the euro can climb higher for now in the short term to attempt a rest of yesterday's high? Yes, actually, that was a very surprising move from the euro. I've done a reel as well on Instagram. We posted yesterday, and I was talking about that. Maybe we can see a surprise of the euro going to 0.5% instead of only 25 basic points raise. And surprisingly, they've done it as well. And we see the euro, if we go on the 4-hour chart, we see, and I will zoom in, or on the hourly, it's more clear. We see, guys, the euro, the announcement was here. It came all the way up. It didn't break the higher high, didn't make higher high, didn't break above. And instantly, the next session, in the next hour, snapped back down. So nobody was supporting euro at that time. So now we are just consolidating here. But as I told you many times, and as I repeat all the time, guys, always appreciate and respect the long-term trend in the market. The long-term trend for now, it's a downtrend, and the news events can help the pullbacks if you are in a retracement phase like you are now. Please make yourself a favor and go and watch, if you haven't, the webinar I've done this week, a few days ago. I think it was on Tuesday, about trend trading. It's really useful and you will understand many, many important things. So the euro didn't immediately got supported on the news events. We will see today. We are still in this retracement mode, so we will see what will happen. Okay. What tool are you using to mark this chart, please? You are so good and fast, and then can erase all your marks instantly. Very impressive. Padel, this tool calls Epic Pen. I think everyone can see it. You can search it on Epic Pen. I write it in both chat groups, so Epic Pen. For those who would like to download it on their computer, it's a free software. Okay, it has a paid version, but I don't use that, just the software. It's very simple. So I took 3 minutes more for today. Excuse me for that, guys. It was a pleasure to spend this weekly morning briefings with you and analyzing the market. I hope you find a lot of value. Please make sure you like this video, especially on YouTube. I will appreciate it a lot. Write any comments you want, leave us any questions you would like. I wish you a good weekend and I will see you on Monday. Thank you.